Hi, I'm Brad James, the voice of the Fredericton Red Wings of the Maritime Hockey League. Pleased to be joined today by three members of the Red Wings as they get set to play their home opener this weekend, coming off two games last weekend in Nova Scotia. Joined by veteran third-year man all of a sudden, Sam MacFarlane, and Jonge to my right, and Matt McRae to my far right. So we're all set to discuss Red Wings hockey. An opening weekend split, a 9-3 loss in a game that got away to the Yarmouth Mariners on Saturday, followed by a come-from-behind win 5-4 over Valley on Sunday, which certainly made the road trip home a little bit easier. I know, Sam, you were banged up a little bit and couldn't play, but looking forward to this weekend, I'm sure, to get back on the ice and start the season here at home.
Yeah, I can't wait. It's Friday's my 100th game, so it's good to be back, and my ankle's feeling better, so can't wait.
100 games is certainly a milestone for a Fredericton product as well, and somebody that's come in here and a regular face. Big expectations for you this year in year three?
Yeah, my 19th year here, my third year, and I'm looking to be a leader for the team and do whatever I can to help the team out.
Matt, you guys were tied in Yarmouth, and all of a sudden things went to heck in a handbasket there. And then all of a sudden down 3-0 on Sunday. Tell me a little bit about what was going on in the bench to create that comeback and that necessary win, even though it was only game 2 of the year.
We just tried to stay positive on the bench, and even though we were down 3-0, just try our best to come back and do all the little things right, and then good things happen. So
had to make for a better bus ride home.
It did, yeah, for sure.
Because they might have made you walk. Ben, you had certainly a good weekend as well, both of you offensively. Talk a little bit about that opening weekend. A lot of new faces with the Red Wings. I mean, you go down the roster from A to Z. A lot of guys that haven't played together before. Is that something that's going to take a little bit of time as well to get back and find that groove with each other?
Yeah, for sure. I've been playing a lot with Matt. Him and I live together, so I feel like we have pretty good chemistry. And Landon Paul is such a good player, so I feel like our line works well together. I also got to play against the goalie I used to live with in Campbellton, so that was fun to put some pucks behind them. But yeah, as a group, we're going to keep getting to know each other, keep getting better every week, and we'll see where it goes.
No chirping after that hat trick goal.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Including some texts after, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about the Red Wings. And Tim, you've been through this. This is, as you mentioned, your third year and coming up to the 100th century mark on Friday night. Probably the biggest turnover you've experienced in terms of year to year. Is that safe to say?
Yeah, for sure. My first year I came in, and it seemed like last year we kind of had a lot of the same faces back, and then this year we don't have many guys back. We're a younger group, but I feel like the culture is the best it's ever been to start the year, and I mean that's what it's all about. Good culture leads to good things.
And you talked about younger. The three of you would be considered veterans, as I said off the top. Is it in your nature, the three of you, to be leaders in the dressing room, or do you just try to lead by example? Tell me a little bit about your personality in the ice, Matt.
I just try to lead by example on and off the ice. Really, I'm an easy guy to talk to, so if the boys ever need anything, they can just come and talk to me. And I like to lead by example on the ice too, by playing physical. And if something happens to one of my players, then I don't know. I always got their back. So it's just I like to have my teammates' backs. So.
Tell me about the adjustment. You've all been in the league and seen the league, but for that new face, that rookie that's coming into the lineup, and what's it like to step into the Maritime Hockey League, maybe after playing U18 or whatever level prior to getting here? Is it a big step?
Yeah, it's a really big step. The speed is a lot faster. Everyone's bigger, older, and stronger. And especially in Yarmouth, I thought a lot of guys were nervous, and that didn't help us. So it's just an adjustment for them. We try as veterans, to support them as much as we can. Do whatever we can to make it easier, but that's just a natural adjustment. I think a lot of these guys go from U15, U16, go to U18, and a lot of them are top players on their U18 teams, captains, and all that stuff. And then they come to our league, and they're not getting the minutes they want and stuff like that. That's always definitely a huge adjustment. So we just try to help them in any way we can.
Matt, you spent a couple of years in the queue as well in Academy Bathurst. Tell me a little bit about, at your age, was it a difficult assignment to come back here? Did you ponder? Did you wonder what you were going to do this year? Or were you all in knowing that you were going to be here in Fredericton start?
No, well, I wasn't sure what was going to happen because obviously playing in the queue as a 20-year-old, it's pretty tough. There's only 3 spots. So there's always a good possibility I was coming back here, but I would have played there, but probably cut that. I don't know what's going on. Kind of rambling.
And that's okay because you're not a stranger to Fredericton either because you did play I think 7 games over the last before you went there.
I got caught from Bathurst 2 years ago and I started the season here. So
right, so familiar with your surroundings.
Yeah, sure.
It comes with it.
I love it here.
That's good to hear. What's it like playing at home?
I love it. You can't beat it. I get meals from my mom, and I mean, I go to school here. I mean, I can't beat it. I get 20 minutes from the rink, and I mean, I love playing in front of my friends and family. So I can't beat being a hometown guy.
With Miramichi coming in and maybe caught some people by surprise last year, winning the Maritime Hockey League Championship, certainly caught fire at the right time. Did the Timberwolves? They're coming here Friday with a lot to prove that last year they can do it 2 years in a row. What you've seen the Timberwolves a number of times, they're probably Fredericton's biggest rivalry in terms of proximity and just in terms of the long history of sports between the two cities. What do you expect to see from the Wolves in front?
Yeah, they'll be. They're always pretty strong up front. I know they got Will Allen back, and they got a lot of firepower up front. So if we can slow those guys down, we should be okay. But they're going to be a good team this year.
3 of you are all forwards. You look at the goals against. You look at the very young blue line that you have. Some veterans not back, whether have graduated from the junior ranks or whatever personal decisions are made. That's another question that I asked you too, Ben, about the adjustment coming to this level. As a forward, you can hide amongst the weeds every once in a while, but as a defender, is it a little tougher as a defenseman to break into this league and try to get that flow?
I mean, I've never done it, but I'm sure it is. You know, like you said, we have a really young blue line, and that makes the forwards' jobs a little bit harder. We've got to do a better job, getting back, helping them out, doing the best we can to help them out.
What does Kyle ask for in terms of head coach Kyle McAllister? What does he ask? Obviously, effort is something that every coach wants to see, but is there a certain style? Has it been an adjustment, Matt, for you to play for Coach McAllister all here in the early going?
No. Well, like we said, I was with Kyle there 2 years ago at the start, and I got to know him pretty well. But this year we're focusing a lot on having a good team, in the locker room, having good relationships with each other. We all feel like that'll help build connections on the ice if we're all a really close group off the edge. So Kyle's trying to push that on us a lot, and I think us leaders are doing the same, just trying to bring the boys together. So
Sam, you mentioned that about a different culture, about players getting along. Not that year 1 and year 2 there wasn't, and I know, having been in hockey dressing rooms all my life, there's all kinds of different personalities every year, right? What do you see is a little bit different? It's because there's so much youth on this team and new faces that everybody's kind of like the old all for one for all.
Yeah, it's good to have the younger guys because they bring a lot of fire into the room, and it's good to have new guys because it's always good to meet new people while you're playing hockey. And I think having a younger group, there's a lot of fire in the room, and a lot of guys want to win. And I think we might be a little bit underestimated this year. It seems like because we're younger, but I think we got a good group, and it's good to have the younger guys around.
As someone who was traded before in my hockey career, you were traded to Fredericton. Tell me a little bit that went into that. Were you shocked? Were you surprised? Were you expecting to move, or how did that all unfold?
Yeah, that was a crazy process. I asked out of Campbellton. I was looking for a new opportunity, and Kyle reached out. He said he wanted me to be a part of this group going forward. And then there were 3 or 4 weeks in the summer where I knew it was coming, but I hadn't heard anything. And, I texted one of the coaches in Campbellton, and I said, the Gretzky trade took longer than this, But then it got done, obviously a big trade, for a good player, and that comes with a lot of responsibility. But, I was really excited. I get the opportunity to go to university here. I'm helping out with the U13 AAA Cavs team, so I'm really excited about that. I'm loving every second being at Fredericton.
One thing about the Red Wings, since it's hard to believe that the franchise is going into its 6th year, of a community has been a big part of what Roger Shandon has always done here. And I know you've been involved with kids and there's reading programs, and there's just a multitude of things. Matt, is that something you enjoy doing as well, getting into the community, finding out who the fans are that are watching you?
Yeah, for sure. It makes it more fun and enjoyable, knowing the fans that are coming to the rink. So anytime we can get out and do something with the community, it's always fun. And the fans make a huge difference too. So if we can get a bunch of people in the seats this year, that'd be great. So.
Yeah, and that starts Friday, and it's a competitive market in the city of Fredericton with the University of New Brunswick, with St. Thomas, and a multitude of other sports from U18. It doesn't have to be just hockey. Sam, you've played the most games here, obviously. Tell me what it's like playing at the Grant Harvey Center. Is it something where people are a passionate fan base here? Would you like to hear more noise come through through those coming into the stands, or tell me what it's like to actually skate out onto the ice here and play a game.
Yeah, it's a big rink. So I mean, if there's not a ton of people here, sometimes it is quiet. But if we can get good crowds this year, it's a good rink to play in.
Which leads me to a question. I always have to ask this question to players. What's your favorite road rink in the Maritime Hockey League? Do you have one?
I haven't played in many, but Yarmouth is pretty fun.
I was going to say big crowd in Yarmouth,
Yeah, it was
home
great.
opener on Saturday. It just brings out the passion a little bit, doesn't it?
Right, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Ben, yourself?
Yarmouth was fun, but I love playing at Edmonton. To me, that's the best place to play.
And a tough barn to play in.
For sure. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably go with Edmonton too. I mean, you rarely go there when there's less than. It seems like there's always 2,000 or 3,000 people there, so you can't beat out in a packed barn.
And it's interesting, too, with Miramichi coming Friday again for the Red Wings home opener on Friday night at 7 o'clock here at the Grand Harvey Center. And Saturday, the Grand Falls Rapids come in. And Grand Falls travels well. They always have a big contingent of fans that usually sit behind the Rapids bench and everything. I can hear them through the headphones in the broadcast booth. Tell me a little bit about the difference between the two teams. You've seen Grand Falls twice in the preseason.
Yep.
You can chuck that out the window now. They did beat you twice. Grand Falls comes in at 0-2 on Saturday night. Tell me a little bit about the Rapids and what you remember over the last couple of years.
Yeah, they'll be younger this year, but they're always coached really well. Greg, they're always hard to play against. So, and they got a really good goalie too, and in the core he's super good. And they lean on him, but they'll be younger just like us. But I hope we come out strong and get a win against them.
With Zach Briggio in goal, veteran now, and we've talked a number of times. He 15 wins last year, I believe, and just a guy that's now he can be considered a veteran. Talk a little bit about the goaltending tandem you have. Let's start here, Matt.
Yeah, Bridge, he's good. Clearly he had crazy amount of shots last game against Valley, and he saved
That
a lot
opened
of them.
some eyes.
So, yeah, that was crazy. So, no, but he's helped us out a lot. Last game especially, and he's great in the room, and then he's just a great guy to have. Bridge.
So we're joined with three members of the Red Wings, with Sam MacFarlane, Ben DeYoung, Matt McRae, getting set again for a home opener on Friday night against the Miramichi Timberwolves. And I have to ask you, as you prepare for Friday, what's your pre-game meal?
Anything my bill will make, really. I'm not too fussy at
You're
all.
not one of those people that has to have pasta in a certain amount of it?
No, just
That's kind of odd, isn't it? How about you, Ben?
I love salmon before games.
Salmon?
Yeah.
That's well playing in Campbellton. Is that where you got that from, or what?
No, that's been since I was a little kid.
Really?
Yeah.
That's the one fish I can't eat. Sam.
I'm not real superstitious. Whatever my mom puts on my plate, I'll probably eat before the game. And yeah, I'm not too picky.
Shout out to Sam's mom for sure.
Yeah, good cook.
Good cook. That's
Yeah.
good to hear. I have a pre-game meal for broadcast, so I always
Yeah.
have pasta, just to get fired up for the game and everything. So you guys take a look up there, you'll know that I'm going first and all that stuff. So we hope that you all come to. It's great to see that the Red Wings are starting to reach out more on social media and into the community. It's a tremendous product, the Maritime Hockey League. Almost 60 years old is the league, entering season number 58 already, which is incredible. The Red Wings celebrating 6 years here in New Brunswick's capital city. Quality individuals like I've had the opportunity to be surrounded with today, and I know they're certainly going to be fired up for Friday night. Come into the game Friday against Miramichi with a 1-1 record, and remember there's a back end of this as well on Saturday with the Grand Falls Rapids. So I hope you come all out to see the Fredericton Red Wings Year 6 Junior A Maritime Hockey League.